Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode. This is podcast 74.5.
74 and a half?
74 and a half, 74 and 5/10, 74 and 20/40ths, whatever you want to call it. We're here, Johnny V and myself. We're going to be welcoming a very special guest. In fact, this is a brand new segment that's named after him. It's going to be called Paul's Picks. We're going to welcome to the show and then break it down for you. Joining us right now is Paul Ulibarri. Hey, Paul, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, Paul, you had this great idea a couple of weeks ago. You chimed in on the board and said there should be some kind of picks. Well, we'll call it Paul's picks as to where...
Yuli's picks.
Yuli's picks. You want to go with Yuli's picks?
Yeah.
All right.
There
you go. Yuli's picks. And you want to break down and guess where you think top competitors are going to finish on any given weekend at any given event.
Right.
How's that sound? So kind of fantasy disc golf like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then like a lot of NFL, you'll see pre-games. They'll have each one of their guys takes a pick. They keep score like that. I think one of the ways we decided to keep score is that the easiest way for us was that if we pick a player in the right spot, regardless of 1 through 4, we get 3 points.
Okay.
If we pick them, but they're in the wrong spot, we get 1 point.
And this is for the top 4 spots.
Top 4 spots
tournament.
only.
Okay. Well, Yuli, you led off with the idea of going to the Wintertime Open. Obviously, it's a big-time event taking place out in California this weekend. There's some big-time names. Sometimes we'll go for a smaller event, but this weekend it was logical to start with the Wintertime with some of the names that were out there. We all independently submitted our players in the position, so no one really knew what was going on ahead of time. Paul, do you remember the order of the 4 that you picked?
Yes, it went Steve Rico, number 1.
All right.
Paul Macbeth, number 2. Philo Brathwaite in the number 3 slot. And Kyle Ekman rounding out in number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, now a lot of people would say that Ekman might be a little bit of a pull, especially when you've got someone like Simon Lizotte there. What was your reasoning behind that? We lost your audio, Paul.
We need your mic.
I think you might be covering up. There you go.
There you go.
What up?
Okay, you said
Now,
that.
my logic behind it was I think Simon's coming overseas right now. I don't know how long he's been in the States, if he has been. And I know he hasn't been practicing much per se, probably in that cold weather over there in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kyle Ekman lives in Huntington Beach, where it's beautiful almost every day.
Fair enough.
That's good because we'll go to my picks next.
Okay.
I took the not surprising number 1 in Paul Macbeth.
Okay.
Followed it up with Steve Rico, the classic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went with Ekman at 3rd, followed up by Lizotte. And I kind of had the same mentality you did, where that I figured Lizotte was making a big push from overseas, that he might not be as up to par as those other guys. So,
all right. And well, you're going to find my picks relatively similar here to Johnny's. We've named all 4 guys, but I wanted to put Eagle Win McMahon in there. I didn't, and I don't know why. But here are my picks. We've got Paul Macbeth taking 1st, Steve Rico in 2nd place, just like Johnny V said. In 3rd place, I have Philo, and in 4th place is where I put Simon Lizotte. So, and I really wanted to put Eagle in there somewhere.
Tied for 4th, maybe.
Maybe tied for 4th, but
that's right.
I wanted to fit him in there. It's obviously a great cast. There's a lot of good golfers here.
Yeah.
And it'll get tougher as we go on because we're going to pick some other events where, people like Paul and Steve won't be, the household names there, but should be pretty exciting.
It'll be cool because I think that a lot of the picks are going to come with knowing the course, too. I played the Wintertime Open a few times, and it's not your classic big open fairways.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scrappy course.
It is. In fact, one of the first courses, many would say the first course in the world. Oak Grove, correct?
Right, and when they push it all back in the deeps, that's a very, very difficult course, and it'll challenge you not only physically but mentally.
It will.
So,
What was your mentality behind picking Steve over Paul right now?
I just figured you guys would pick Paul,
That's good strategy. I like that.
There's some strategies.
and so I figure if I could maybe come in early in the season. Plus, Steve Rico's won that tournament. I think at one point he won it like 14 times in a row or something crazy.
Yeah, he's got that course on lockdown, and I thought about
Even though Macbeth, I think, has won it like 5 years straight now.
I was going to say, I think
something.
Macbeth's on a 4 or 5 year win streak currently.
Right. But like I said, it's a scrappy course. If anybody's going to take down Macbeth there, it will be Steve Rico. I don't think anybody else is really going to.
You don't think Philo's going to keep up?
We'll see.
Okay, we will. Well, this is all.
I think he's gonna get third place.
Okay.
Excellent.
That's what I think as well.
Clearly, he's not. He's going to take fifth by half a stroke.
Something like that. All right. Well, this is, again, the first ever Yuli's Picks. We're going to check in with everybody every week. We're going to have these reoccurring, whether they fit into the regular podcast or they're slightly broken out later on. Either way, we're going to have them for you every week. What I'm most excited about is when we're doing Yuli's Picks for a tournament he's in.
I know.
That's going to be the fun one.
We'll try to.
We don't always have to pick the biggest ones, though.
No.
We're gonna discuss that. We could pick smaller tournaments and stuff.
Yep.
But
I'm sure there'll be a week. We'll get down there where we're gonna almost have to pick one of the big events where everyone's playing. Yeah. But you're right. I'm looking forward to some of the smaller events. When everybody's on the West Coast, we pick something on the East Coast.
Right.
And just how awkward it's going to be when we're telling you to your face that we may or not be. We'll pick you every time.
I'm going to pick Paul every time.
Yeah, you always pick. All right. Well, Paul, thank you for the idea. Thank you for joining us on SmashBoxx. For Johnny V and myself, Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy, we're going to check in with everyone next week to see how this all shook out on Yuli's Picks.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care.